At that moment, no one knew that the woman who had entered Jason Statham's life had never actually existed. At the private gala in London, while hundreds of guests sipped champagne and watched celebrities, Jason stood alone in a corner. It had been like this for years, in the crowd, yet alone. But that night was different, because when the woman in the red dress looked at him, Jason Statham's heart skipped a beat for the first time in 20 years. And when that woman smiled, the ice inside Jason began to melt. But there was something he did not yet know. The woman approached. Her brown eyes looked straight into Jason's soul. Jason Statham. Finally. Her voice was soft but familiar, as if Jason had heard it years ago and forgotten it. "Do we know each other?" Jason asked. He tried to stay calm, but his voice trembled. "No," the woman smiled, "but we were going to. We were always going to. I'm Emma." "Emma," Jason repeated the name. It felt strange on his tongue, yet natural at the same time. "I've never seen you before." "Maybe you haven't, or maybe you forgot." There was mystery in Emma's eyes. "But I never forgot you, Jason. Never." This is exactly where everything changed. After that night, Jason saw Emma again, by coincidence, a cafe, then a bookstore, then in the park. Every time Emma was there. She smiled, they talked. Hours passed, but it felt like minutes. 2 weeks later, Jason was in love, for the first time, truly, because Emma was different. She didn't care about fame. She wasn't interested in money. She only wanted Jason, the real Jason, that fragile, introverted, lonely man. "Why me?" Jason asked one night. They were sitting in Emma's apartment. Candlelight, wine, silence. "Because you—" Emma hesitated, her eyes filled with tears. "Because you were always there for me, even if you didn't know it." "What do you mean?" "One day you'll understand." Emma placed her hand on Jason's face. "But not now. Now just be here, with me." Jason kissed her, the first kiss, a real kiss. He hadn't felt this way with anyone in years. It was as if Emma was his missing piece, as if his whole life had been preparing for this moment. But the truly shocking thing was that there were no photographs anywhere in Emma's apartment. A month passed. Jason saw Emma every day. Breakfasts, dinners, night walks. For the first time, life felt meaningful because Emma understood him. Every word, every silence. But there were strange things, too. Emma's phone never rang. She had no family, no friends. There was only Jason. "Are you a lonely person?" Jason asked. "I used to be," Emma smiled, "but not anymore, because I have you." Jason felt uneasy, but he ignored it because he loved Emma, and love sometimes kills questions. 2 months passed. Jason took another step. "Move in with me. Come to my place. Let's be together." Emma's expression changed. Fear, panic. "No, no, I can't." "Why?" Because I'm not ready." "When will you be ready?" Emma didn't answer. She just cried. And for the first time, Jason saw fragility in Emma, as if she were running from a secret, a heavy secret. 3 months passed. Jason invited Emma to his agency. "I want to introduce you at the meeting. We're serious. They should know." On the day of the meeting, Emma didn't come. She didn't answer the phone. She didn't reply to messages. Jason panicked. He ran to Emma's apartment. The door was open. Inside was empty. No belongings, no furniture, as if Emma never lived there. "Emma!" Jason shouted, but there was no answer, only an echo. Jason asked around the building, neighbors, the doorman. "Who is Emma?" they said. "No one like that lives here." "But I came here. I was here with her for months." "Impossible. This apartment has been empty for 6 months. It's for sale." Jason froze. "No, this isn't possible." But the proof was there. The apartment was empty. Emma was gone, as if she were a ghost. You haven't seen the biggest surprise yet. That night, Jason lost his mind. He went to the police. Missing person. Emma, my girlfriend. She's gone. Last name? Jason stopped. He didn't know Emma's last name. Address? He showed the empty apartment. The officer looked suspicious. A photo? Jason opened his phone. Dozens of photos he had taken with Emma, but they weren't there. None of them, as if they had been deleted. Sir, the officer spoke gently, maybe you should get some rest. Stress, fatigue. Sometimes people— No, Jason shouted. She was real. Emma was real. I talked to her. I touched her. I kissed her. But there was no evidence at all. Jason went home. He thought he was losing his mind. Maybe the police were right. Maybe Emma was a hallucination. Maybe Jason imagined Emma because he was so afraid of loneliness. But that night, there was a knock on the door. Emma was there, wet, shivering, crying. Jason, her voice was broken. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jason let her in, gave her a blanket. Where have you been? I've been looking for you. No one knows you. Your apartment is empty. What's going on? Emma lifted her head. Her eyes were red. Because I'm not real. What do you mean? I'm dead, Jason. I've been dead for 5 years. Jason stepped back. That's nonsense. No. Emma stood up. I died in 2018 in a car accident in London. And you were there. Jason's blood ran cold. I was there? Yes, you were driving, and I was in the passenger seat. It was our first date, and our last. Jason remembered that night, that horrible night. Rain, wet roads, losing control, the crash, the ambulance. But the woman, he couldn't remember who she was. Were you that woman? Yes, I'm Emma Hartley. Do you remember me? Jason tried. Blurry memories, brown eyes, red dress, first gala, first conversation, first date. Were we together? Not yet, but we were going to. I fell in love with you that night, and you with me. But then the accident happened. I died. You were injured. Memory loss. You forgot me. Jason's eyes filled with tears. I killed you. No. Emma stepped closer. You were a victim too. Rain and fate killed me. But you survived. And I couldn't let you go. My soul followed you for years. And finally, this year, I found the strength. I manifested to be with you again.
But you're dead. Are you a ghost? Yes, but love is sometimes stronger than death. And I love you so much, Jason. I sustained my existence just for one more chance with you. Wait a second. Don't miss this detail. Jason cried for the first time in years because Emma was real, and yet she wasn't. Because love was real, but it couldn't be lived. What are we going to do? Jason asked. I don't know. Emma was crying too. But I want to be with you for however long there is. 2 people sat together, one alive, one dead, but both in love. The days that followed were a nightmare. Jason continued being with Emma, but now he knew the truth. Emma was a ghost, temporary, fragile. How long can you stay? Jason asked. I don't know. Maybe days, maybe weeks, but eventually I'll have to go, because I don't belong here. I won't let you go. Jason, Emma was sad. I don't have a choice. There are rules of death. I've already stayed too long. Forcing more is dangerous. How is it dangerous? Emma didn't answer, but the fear in her eyes was enough. A week passed. Emma weakened. Her physical form faded. Sometimes she became transparent, as if she were disappearing. Emma! Jason panicked. What's happening? My strength is running out. My spiritual energy is depleted because I stayed too long in the world of the living. How can I bring you back? You can't. This isn't natural, Jason. I'm dead, and the dead can't stay here. But I love you. I love you too. Emma smiled. One last smile. But sometimes love means letting go. Emma began to fade, slowly, piece by piece. No! Jason reached out, but his hand passed through her. Emma, please! Goodbye, Jason. Emma's voice was a whisper. Be happy. Find someone else. You deserve love. I don't want anyone else. I want you. But you can't have me. I was only a dream, a beautiful but short dream. Final words. Emma disappeared. Jason was alone. You won't believe it, but Jason Statham collapsed on the ground floor that night and cried until morning. Months passed. Jason continued his life, films, productions, galas, but he was no longer the same. He had lost Emma for the second time. Sometimes at night he saw Emma, in dreams, in shadows, but when he reached out, she vanished. One day Jason went to a therapist. I loved a ghost, and she's gone. How do I go on? The therapist thought. Maybe Emma wasn't real. Maybe you created her out of loneliness, out of guilt. No, Jason was firm. She was real. I felt her. I talked to her. But there's no evidence. The evidence is in my heart, and that's enough. The therapist took notes. Jason, you need to let Emma go, otherwise you'll never heal. I can't. You must. Jason stood up, ended the session, because some people don't understand. Love isn't only for the living. Sometimes the dead love too. A year passed. Jason was shooting a new film, action, a romantic subplot, and auditions for the female lead were underway. The door opened. A woman walked in. Jason froze. She wasn't Emma, but she looked exactly like her. The same brown eyes, the same smile. Hello, she held out her hand. I'm Sarah, Sarah Hartley. Jason's heart stopped. Hartley? Yes, why? Does it sound familiar? Jason cleared his throat. No, just a beautiful name. The auditions began. Sarah was amazing, natural, talented, but most importantly, there was chemistry with Jason, as if they had known each other for years. The auditions ended. The director asked Jason, "What do you think?" "I want her," Jason replied. Filming began. Jason and Sarah were on set every day, talking, laughing, and slowly growing closer. One day, Jason gathered the courage. "Sarah, would you like to have coffee sometime?" Sarah smiled. "Of course." They sat at a cafe, talked. Sarah shared her story. "I had a sister, Emma. She died in 2018, a car accident. She was so young, so beautiful. I miss her so much." Jason froze. "Emma? Emma Hartley?" "Yes. Do you know her?" Jason took a deep breath. "Yes. The accident was in my car. I was the driver." Sarah was shocked. You're Jason? That Jason?" "Yes." Silence. Then Sarah began to cry. "I've been looking for you all these years. Emma used to talk about you, about how much she loved you. But after the accident, you disappeared. I didn't know your name." "I'm sorry." Jason cried too. "I'm so sorry for not saving her, for not protecting her." Sarah placed her hand on Jason's. "It wasn't your fault. An accident is just an accident. Emma never blamed you. But I blamed myself." "I know," Sarah smiled. "But Emma wouldn't want that. She would want you to be happy." Jason looked at Sarah. He saw Emma's eyes, but this time real, alive, here. Sarah, Jason whispered, I want to get to know you, really get to know you. I do too, Sarah smiled. What you've seen so far is nothing. Months passed. Jason and Sarah became a couple, but this time healthy, real, two living people, two hearts. Emma's memory was always between them, but no longer a ghost, a memory, a beautiful memory. One night, Jason asked Sarah, "Do you believe in Emma? In ghosts?" I don't know, Sarah thought, but if Emma were a ghost, she would definitely want you to be happy. What if she guided me to you? Sarah smiled. Maybe Emma planned this to bring you and me together. Do you believe that? I want to believe it because it's beautiful, and sometimes believing in beautiful films is enough. Jason kissed Sarah, the first kiss, a new beginning. And that night Jason saw Emma in his dream. She was smiling. She was happy. Thank you, Jason, for loving me. But now go. Sarah is with you, and she is real. But you, she will always be in your heart, but not in your life, because life is for the living, and you are alive. Live, Jason, for me. Emma waved one last time and disappeared. Jason woke up. He wasn't alone. Sarah was beside him, sleeping, peaceful. Jason smiled, the first real smile in years. Because Emma was right. Life is for the living, and sometimes love requires the courage to let go. Jason watched Sarah, her breathing, her face, her presence, and he found peace. Because sometimes losing means winning, and sometimes ghosts set us free.